everyone. Welcome to the Market Outlook Midweek. Gaurang Shah here from Geojit Financial Services. And after seeing a good rally for the last entire week, this week started off on a subdued note. Monday and Tuesday, we did see some correction seep in and a little bit of recovery yesterday. And today, as I speak to you, there is absolutely flat trade on the indices. Just to give you certain levels as I speak to you, Sensex is at about 59,030, flat, down about 5 points. Nifty is trading at 17,570, down about 7 odd points. Bank Nifty is in the positive territory, 38,830, up about 130 points. And on the currency and energy basket, some strength in the rupee. The levels are 79.80. And on the crude oil, Brent is at about 99.70 and NYMEX is trading at about 93.40 with about a little bit of weakness. FNO expiry tomorrow, so the sense is that the remaining trade for today and for tomorrow is likely to be a little bit choppy. But if you have to reflect the last month expiry, then even on the expiry day and thereafter that, we did see some good momentum come into the markets and we were able to achieve quite a bit of lost ground. So, and that was all because of the healthy turnover that we saw in the last month's contract. So it's going to be interesting to note tomorrow on the expiry day, what are the kind of rollovers that we are seeing, and possibly not ruling out a little bit of stability returning back into the market post tomorrow's expiry and starting next week. The sense is that possibly there are a lot of more grounds to be covered on the markets in terms of upside rather than downside. And rightly so, nobody has to complain for the last entire week. In fact, if you go to see the kind of gains that we saw on the markets, it was only prudent to expect a little bit of correction. Given the gains that we have had, and of course, the fact remains that we have the FNO expiry this week, that is tomorrow. So I think there should be choppiness, volatility, but last 1 hour of trade tomorrow would be interesting to watch in terms of the rollovers and of course where the market stands in terms of volatility. Having said that, with the kind of outlook that lies ahead, there are a lot of views on the street, possibly the market's hitting a new high by Diwali, new high by this calendar year end December 2022, so on and so forth. But we have to go a little bit slow in terms of the momentum because, whenever we've seen market rally in a short span of time, the corrections are quicker, severe and deeper. So let's hope that there is, relatively sensible move on the markets rather than expecting huge outperformance. But I am also of the opinion that there are much more higher levels to be seen on the markets as we go forward from here on. Subject to provided, of course, there is no gray area in terms of global news flow or, from the domestic front, there are some relatively positive news flows that may emerge. On the investment side, as we've been always advising, I think corrections are a great opportunity to buy fundamentally strong, sound companies from a long-term point of view. Short-term, medium-term traders, like we saw correction on Monday and Tuesday, you will see those days coming in where short to medium term traders would try to take money off the table given the momentum that we've seen in the markets. In terms of investment ideas, I think consumption is one big theme that is driving the market, and with the fact still remains, and I always say this, that India is a consumption driven story. In times of inflation, you will see consumption slow down, but there will be no stop for the consumption side. And as inflation eases off, you will see consumption coming back thick and thin. So with that kind of a perspective, if we have to identify one particular stock from a long-term investment perspective, coming in from one of the most well-established corporate houses in India, and that is Tata Consumer Products Limited. This particular company has got diversified products to offer across different verticals, and the commentary post the first quarter numbers, I think there are likely to launch some new products in different categories. So expect good growth momentum to come through in Tata Consumer Products Limited. One more investment idea, if you will, is from the mid-cap IT universe, and this is a company called Mindtree. As we all know, in L&T Infotech merger is likely to go through with Mindtree, and once the merger goes through, I think the mid-cap company has all the potentials to become a large-cap company, given the size of business that they will have, the number of clients they will have, employees, as well as market capitalization. So two investment ideas: Tata Consumer Products from consumption space, FMCG, and one from mid-cap IT space, Mindtree. Thank you very much for your patience hearing, and I'll see you again next week. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.